Hello everyone, we will continue discuss 2.1 Design a Solution. So for this subtopic, you have to describe algorithm, pseudocode and flowchart. Second, you have to explain each control structure and their respective purpose. For learning outcome, at the end of this topic, students should be able to define algorithm, describe pseudocode, describe flowchart, and explain each control structure. Before we continue, to be a good problem solver and a good programmer, you must follow a good problem solving techniques. So one common problem solving techniques includes analyzing a problem. Remember, analyzing a problem, outlining the problem requirements, and designing steps, called an algorithm, to solve the problem. What is algorithm? If you see, an algorithm is a step-by-step instructions. Remember, it's a step-by-step instructions that will transform the input into the output that can be represented using pseudocode or flowchart. So remember the keyword, step-by-step instructions that will transform the input into the output that can be represented using pseudocode or flowchart. Algorithm in everyday life. Okay, we can take one example like how to make a mug of hot coffee. You will start with boil water. Second, prepare a mug. Third, put a teaspoon of coffee and sugar. Then you will pour the water, hot water, and stir the coffee. Then you will stop. So to make a mug of hot coffee, you have to follow these steps all. So this is one example algorithm in everyday life. If you see, we have three control structure in algorithm. Okay, algorithm can be described using the three control structures, the logic structures. So the first one we have sequence. Sequentially, logic structure is a series of statements that execute one after another or process data one instruction after another. So remember the keyword. For sequence is a series of statements that execute one after another, or you can explain by say or process data one instruction after another. We have selection, known as decision logic structure. Statement is used to determine which of two different statements to execute depending on certain condition, or to program the computer to make choices. Okay, if you see selection, we have to make a decision based on the condition. Okay, next we have a looping, also known as repetition. Loop logic structure. Statement is used to repeat statements while certain conditions are met or enable computer to repeat tasks. Okay, so for looping, okay, is used to repeat the statement until it certain condition or enables computer to repeat tasks. Okay, still remember 5 steps in problem solving. Okay, the first one we have analyze the problem. So we already discussed how to identify input, process, output. Okay, IPO. Okay, today we will focus on the second step, design an algorithm to solve the problem. First, pseudocode, second flowchart. Okay, before we continue, you have to know what is pseudocode. Okay, pseudocode is a human readable language used as a guide when programmer codes the algorithm. So although it's a resemble programming language instructions, pseudocode cannot be understood by a computer. Okay, if you see, this is the general format for pseudocode. Okay, you have to write start. Okay, then you tab a bit. You can use a verb like input, re-enter, or read and write your input. Second statement, your process. You can write the formula or conditions. Third, you write the output. You can use verb like output, display, or print. So then you continue with your output. Okay, then stop. Okay, you can use either start, stop, or begin, end. Okay, before we create any pseudocode, make sure that we do the problem analysis first. IPO. Input, process, and output. Okay, we see the first example. Okay, problem statement. Find the perimeter of a rectangle. So the perimeter of the rectangle are then given by the following formulas. Okay, so this is the formula to calculate the perimeter rectangle. So first step, if you still remember, so you have to identify input, process, output. So okay, for input, process, output, okay, for the output, perimeter. Okay, for input, to get this perimeter, you must use length and width. So for processing, you can write calculate perimeter based on length and width. Okay, this is how you want to write the pseudocode. So first, write the pseudocode. Okay, must begin with start. Okay, tab. Okay, you write the suitable verb like read, input. Okay, read, length, and width. Formula how to calculate the perimeter. Then after that, print perimeter. Then you have to write the stop. We see second example. So for problem statement, find the average of three numbers input by user. So first, remember you have to do the IPO analysis. Okay, so based on that problem statement, the output is average. Okay, to find the average, you need number 1, number 2, number 3. For processing, calculate average based on number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay, for pseudocode, okay, you start to write begin. Okay, you can start, you can use either start, stop, or begin, end. So like here, I write the begin. Read number 1, number 2, number 3. You write all the inputs. Okay, for the process, this is the process, how to get the average. Okay, first you total the number 1, number 2, number 3. Then second, you can do the average. Total divide with 3. Okay, then display average. Okay, second we see the flowchart. Okay, before we continue, we see what is flowchart. Okay, flowchart is a graphic representation of the algorithms. Okay, a flowchart shows the flow of the processing from the beginning to the end of a solution and can show errors in the logic visible in the other charts. Each block in a flowchart represents one instruction from an algorithm. Okay, next we see flowchart symbols. Okay, the first one we have oval shape. Okay, terminal symbol. Okay, this one indicates the beginning and end points of an algorithm. So you have to remember, okay, there shall be no more than 2 terminal symbols in a flowchart for an algorithm. Okay, second we have process symbol. Okay, this one rectangle shape. Okay, shows an operation other than input, output, or selection. So if we process symbol represent a set of operations that change value of data. Okay, number 3 we have input output symbol. This one parallelogram shape shows an input or an output operation. Okay, each symbol, remember, should contain the keyword read or display and what is to be read or to be displayed. Okay, number 4 we have decision symbol. Okay, you see this one is diamond shape. Okay, shows a selection process. Condition written inside the symbol and written true or false. Okay. Okay, next we have disk storage, cylinder shape, indicates input from or output to disk storage. Next, printer output symbol, okay, shows hard copy printer output. This one flow lines, okay, arrowhead, okay, indicate the logical sequence of execution steps in the algorithm. Okay, next we have off-page connector. Okay, provide continue of a logical path on another page. And the last symbol is on-page connector. Provide continuous of a logical path at another point in the same page. Now we see how we want to draw the flowchart for example 1. Okay, this we already discussed just now. We already write the pseudocode. Now we want to draw the flowchart. So flowchart, we just transfer from pseudocode to flowchart using suitable symbol. Okay, so if you see this one, a star. Okay, use oval shape. You write star. Okay, and second we have input here. Okay, so read length width. Still remember for input you use parallelogram symbol. So just write here. Use the parallelogram symbol. Next we have process. So this for process. Okay, you draw the rectangle shape and you write the process. Okay, for the output, this one you use the parallelogram shape. Okay, and stop, use oval shape. Okay, second we see this problem statement. Find the average of 3 numbers input by user. Okay, just now we already discussed the IPO, pseudocode. Now we come to flowchart. Okay, so for start, remember, use oval shape. So you draw the oval shape like this, write the start. Okay, second for the input. Okay, here read number 1, number 2, number 3. So you just copy this and you draw the symbol for input parallelogram. Okay, and you write the read number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, for the process, you must use rectangle shape. Remember that for process, you must use rectangle shape. So you just copy all the process. Total equal to number 1 plus number 2, number 3. Average equal to total divided with 3. So you write here. Okay, and the last part for print average, you must draw parallelogram shape. Then for stop, use oval shape. Okay. 3. Okay, Rishi Supermarket offer 20% discount for each item that is bought during year-end sale. The price of the discount will be calculated based on the given normal price. As the result, price of the discount will be displayed. So the first one, you must do the IPO. Analyze the problem and identify the input, process, output. So for this problem statement, if you see the output price after discount. Okay, you write the output first, price after discount. Okay, to get this price after discount, you must have original price. Or you can write normal price. Or you can write price. No problem. Okay, so for processing, calculate price after discount based on original price. Okay, actually this price after discount is your output, based on is your input. Okay, and this is the pseudocode. First you write the start. Okay, then you type a bit, read original price. This is your input. Okay, then price after discount equal to 0.8 multiple with normal price. Because you already have 20% discount, so we minus 20%, you have to pay 80% from the price. So you convert the percentage to 0.8 multiple with normal price. Then print price after discount, or you can write display price after discount. Stop. Okay, then you convert to flowchart. So as usual, start, use oval shape. Just copy back. Read original price for the input. Make sure you write read original price. Okay. Then for the process, use rectangle shape. Okay. Just copy this one. Okay. And for the output, okay, print price after discount. Okay, actually for the verb you can use print, display, output, either one. Okay. And for the stop, use oval shape. Okay, don't forget your error. The arrow must touch the end of the symbol. Okay, we see the example 4. The program will display I love kmpk. So first step, you must do the problem analysis. You have to identify input, process, output. So if you see for this problem statement, we don't have any input or process because we want the program to display I love kmpk. Okay, so the output I love kmpk. So no need to write the input. So we don't have no input, have any calculations or any comparisons. So just write dash only. So the output I love kmpk. So to write the pseudocode, start, display I love kmpk. Or you can write display message I love kmpk. Then stop. Okay. Okay, for the flowchart, start, use oval shape, then underline the arrow. Okay, if you see this one is consider output. Okay, so use parallelogram shape. Okay, so display I love kmpk, then arrow to the oval shape, this one stop.